If you've never been in a business to where you have more work coming at you than you actually have time in a day, well, you don't know the importance of having your personal life clean. And this was something that I realized over the last 3 months. I like to imagine my brain as a computer where you only have so much RAM, random access memory. Just like your computer, you only have so much memory actually for the things that you've got going on in a day. And after having a week where I generally had more to do than time in a week to do it, actually, let me show you what my notebook looks like. This right here is actually fairly typical. This is just 1 week's worth of stuff. I actually moved this over into Slack. This is another week's worth of stuff and another one. I tried a couple different ways of formatting it. And it's not until you get to this point where there's just so much stuff coming at you that you realize the importance of this. Because I thought I understood the importance of it, but I really didn't until I had weeks like I did over the last 3 months. So going back to my analogy about your brain being a computer, you imagine you have only 10 gigabytes of RAM. Well, as stuff comes at you or as you take meetings, you're going to slowly watch that get filled up with tasks and pending to-dos of things that you need to complete and finish up over the course of the week. And the more RAM that you have free, the more work you can take on and do. But the only way that your RAM is going to be free is you don't have things occupying. And personal matters and personal things take up space just like anything else. Who do you think would win in a race? Somebody that has a lot of personal drama and has only 5 gigabytes free, or the business owner who's a bachelor, lives by himself, eats the same thing every day, has everything taken care of, and can just show up and work as much as he wants and nobody making any demands over time? Well, obviously the latter, the person that has nothing going on. And that's how I try to design my life. And the only way that I got there was by taking care of my personal needs, but more importantly, making my personal life simple. Another important model is Maslow's hierarchy of needs. You have your physiological needs for water, food, sunlight, your safety needs, such as shelter and your basic necessities. You have your love and belonging, such as people who care about you and that you get to share experience with in a social circle. You have your esteem needs, such as status and significance that might come from your work. And then you have self-actualization, where you're making the world a bigger and better place. You want to make sure that everything below your esteem needs is rock solid, taken care of. Because if at any point any of those resurface, it's just going to take away a lot of space. And let me tell you, the more that your foundation is stable, the more that you can spend time doing the things up top. And business is a lot of time esteem needs and self-actualization. You're helping others get better and you're feeling good and creating and promoting yourself. And when these things are messy, you won't move nearly as fast. December of last year and January of this year, I was in a mix of heartbreak for some personal reasons, and I just did not have nearly as much willpower, drive, and ambition as I do now that I have a stable, happy, healthy, loving relationship, a team around me that I trust, things that love me, such as my cat that's on the ground right there. So clean up your personal life and the rest of your business will follow along. Okay, lesson number 5 is calendar management. This is another personal one that I've heard about from very successful business owners, but didn't really realize in practice. The single biggest thing that will frustrate me in a given week or a given day is not getting enough done during that day. There's nothing more irritating in my mind than having some high value tasks I need to do, than having a bunch of meetings where I'm meeting with clients, making more promises, solving their needs that are also just as urgent as the things that I need to get done. And my little list of 5 things then grows to like 20 things, and I have to take care of the immediate things before the stuff that I might want to work on. And then the whole day is done just to be in task debt to roll into the next day. If you've been there, you know exactly what I mean. Then it's a miserable and for me, very frustrating place. But I realized there's a way out of it, and that's just through proper calendar management. Now, what works best for me is that I will put all of my meetings as close to each other as early in the day as possible, so that when my meetings are done, I can go into uninterrupted flow and deep work. I personally don't do that well if I have only an hour or 2-hour block to get myself to do things, because I like to just kind of creatively move through tasks and stay in flow. I don't know how long it will take. I usually stop once I get bored or I get hungry or I need to take care of myself, but I don't like being interrupted until I naturally kind of reach my own breaking point. And it wasn't until I rearranged my calendar that I was able to put myself more into that flow state, get more stuff done, and be actually proactive in my days as opposed to just react. One of the biggest mistakes that I made and things that I learned is that you need to clean up the time of day that you can let people book with you. Now, if you're a salesperson or you're transitioning or growing your business and you're leaving an early sales stage into a larger stage, well, you're used to leaving your calendar open and always for people to book calls because you don't want to turn away money. But the moment that you start to working on the business, well, you should shift gears and being strict to when you let people book with you, so that way you're able to get the things that you want to get done while managing the needs and demands of others, and being able to make promises knowing that you'll be able to deliver to them on time, not feeling like you're stuck trying to keep up with everything coming at you. And believe me, it can create a lot of overwhelm. I felt it myself. I even felt it last week. Monday was a day that I didn't get enough done, and then Tuesday I was very frustrated trying to catch up with all of it, and by Wednesday I was back, Thursday was moving forward, and then Friday was my most productive day of the week. But the problem with that is Friday then leads to a weekend where then work work stops or work keeps going, it would be way better for me to have my Fridays be on Mondays so my whole week is incredibly productive and I can get 2 to 3 times more done. Another benefit of setting certain times of the day that people can book with you is it prevents you from needing to reschedule or move meetings. You see, you as a business owner should never deny work that is coming at you. If work is coming at you, especially if you're in the 100K a month to even probably the $250,000 a month stage, you need to be able to just embrace it, take it head on until you can delegate or to give it to a team or other people around you. But if you're not at a place where you can handle the work as it comes at you, you have a messy personal life and don't have much headspace to take care of it, your business will be choked out at you. And so it's important that you get these things right so you can scale efficiently.